All right, and we are live. Welcome everyone to the Corporation of the Township of Bonnechere Valley regular council meeting on Tuesday, October 19th, 2021 at 6:03 p.m. I'm calling this meeting to order. Are there any additions to the agenda? Yes, Jack, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to add a clause about an identifiable individual.
And I believe, Jack, you also wanted me to add the community safety and well-being plan.
That's
So,
right, if you want.
yeah, well, you know what? Maybe we'll leave that to our next meeting. Or do you have a PSB soon?
I have a PSB later this next week, so I'd like to get it
Nope, then
addressed.
we'll do it right now. We'll do it today. Okay. I have a resolution dated this 19th day of October 2021 that the agenda be accepted as amended. Can I get a mover and seconder? Moved by Merv, seconded by Jack. All in favor? Thank you very much. Is there any pecuniary interest or the general nature thereof? I see none. As we gather this afternoon, I would like to acknowledge on behalf of council and our community that we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Algonquin people. We would like to thank the Algonquin people and express our respect and support for their rich history, and we are extremely grateful for their many and continued displays of friendship. We also thank all the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. And now I have a resolution dated this 19th day of October 2021 that the minutes of the regular council meeting held on October 5th, 2021, as amended or presented, be hereby adopted. Can I get a mover and seconder, please? Moved by Tim, seconded by Brent. Any errors or omissions? Seeing none, all in favor? Thank you, council. We have no delegations. Reports have been filed. I have a resolution dated this 19th day of October 2021 that the correspondence be filed. Can I get a mover and seconder, please? Moved by Brent, seconded by Jack. Anything further on correspondence? Seeing none, all in favor? Thank you. Is there anything on the check register or board report? I see no concerns. I have a resolution dated this 19th day of October 2021 that snow removal for the 2021-2022 winter season be awarded to John K. Reinhardt, Sand and Gravel, front end loader $75 per hour, tandem dump truck $75 per hour, four-wheel drive plow $75 per hour. Can I get a mover and seconder, please? Moved by Tim, seconded by Merv. Anything further? All in favor? Thank you. All right, so at that, we're going to go to number 3. So as Jack mentioned, we did get an email from the Solicitor General regarding the Community Safety and Wellbeing Plan. As you know, that this has been a burr in my bonnet ever since it came out. This government said that they were going to do less reporting, not more reporting. How is council feeling about the Community Safety and Wellbeing Plan at this juncture? Just shout it out, guys. Yes, Merv.
Well, from what I'm reading, the incident that sparked this wasn't even worthy of being communicated to the officers. I mean, let's face it, they didn't do just one thing around town. And how would an officer know? I mean, I think it's totally ridiculous that this information isn't forwarded to the officers.
Oh, and so what good is a plan if your rank and file doesn't know what your plan is?
That's right.
Anybody else? That's a very good point, Merv. Anybody else? Are we staying? Yes, Jack, go ahead.
Well, the question I have about the plan, if we look at this letter, apparently up to date, 95% of the municipalities have put a plan in. I don't quite understand what sort of a plan they're putting in if, like Merv touched on, the officers aren't even involved in incidents. So how can they be following the plan, or how can the plan even be supported by the officers? I don't understand that.
I don't know. I can't answer that. But I do know that the plans vary. They're all over the map in size, in structure, in scope. Some of them are like 200 pages, others are much smaller. But the fact of the matter is that all of our mental health and resources basically are through the county. So the county has all the information that these officers could need. And I feel like that's where they're reaching out to. They're reaching out to community services. And if they're not getting copies of the plan and educating themselves, I couldn't agree with you and Merv more. Yes, Merv, go ahead.
Going back to community safety, people aren't out on the street at 4 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning. And going back to my policing days, the big thing is information. You stop some people at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and you've had a few break-ins, you lean on them a lot heavier than if you had no information at all. And they're not getting any information.
Tim and Brent, any comments, concerns? Are you okay with staying the course?
Just stay the course. I don't think at this point we need a plan just to have a plan. But I think we just need to stay the course. And at the end of the day, that's really, we just want to make our community better and safer. And as Merv said, like in a rural area like us, like when we had problems with the splash pad, we put up a camera and that's really about it. End of the day, we have limited resources in our area, and I just don't see we don't need to put our resources into something that we've been perfectly fine doing. And as you said, Jen, like we have mental health initiatives and other things in the area. Just because we aren't going to put it on paper doesn't mean we aren't taking it seriously.
You're darn right about that. I've been to more mental health meetings, I think, in the last 3 months than in my entire time doing this job. Tim, I saw you unmuted.
No, I just think less is always better, and why complicate things, right? And I think that's the
And we know that we're going to do this plan. It's going to go to the province. It's going to sit on a shelf, or as PA McDonnell said, in the basement. Yes, Jack, go ahead.
Yeah, and I just want one comment further on this. If this goes forward, what they were talking about before, when we're going to be amalgamating into 7 or 8 areas, I don't understand how each area is supposed to have a different plan and how the officers are supposed to be able to enforce and cover each plan. All it does is lead to utter confusion. So I really don't see this, because if there's 5, I think there's supposed to be 7 of our townships that are going to be part of this new call police servicing board type of thing. When that goes forward, how is the officer supposed to be able to follow a plan for each different spot anyways?
But even as it stands right now, Jack, to your point, so they would have to educate themselves on South Algonquins, on Mad Valley, on Killaloe, Haggerty and Richards, on us, on North Algona, Wilberforce, on Brudenell, Lindock and Raglan. And all of those could be different plans.
Yeah.
With different needs, different scopes. So I couldn't agree with you more.
And then you bring in an outside officer for vacation relief, and they're supposed to know all these plans.
Exactly. I could see this working in a large urban center where you might not necessarily know where to go for the help that you need, but in this case, yeah. So if we're good, I'm good. Thank you. And Jack, you've got something to take back to PSB. Yeah. I have a resolution dated this 19th day of October 2021 that bylaw 2021-060 being a bylaw to authorize signing of lease with West Champlain Family Health Team, and bylaw 2021-061 being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of council be read a first time, be deemed read a second time, be deemed read a third time, and passed. Can I get a mover and seconder, please? Moved by Merv, seconded by Jack. Anything on bylaws? All in favor? All right, and I don't have a resolution. So I'll ask for a mover and seconder to move into closed section under section 239.2 2 of the Municipal Act. How am I doing, Annette? For an identifiable individual. Can I get a mover and seconder to go into closed? Moved by Brent, seconded by Jack. We are now in closed. Sandra, can you take us off YouTube, please?